So here's a question on geometric progression. So given the geometric progression 4, 8, and 6, find the geometric mean of 256 and 1024. The second one is find the 11th term, and finally find the sum of the first 11 terms. Now you realize that whenever you are solving questions that deal with geometric progression, and mainly in mathematics, you always have to master the formulas. You have to know them by heart. So in our case, the geometric mean, how do you calculate the geometric mean? What is the formula? So in our case, I'll try to explain a little bit about geometric progression. We already know that the common ratio of a geometric progression is always constant. So for example, given three consecutive numbers, which is A, B, and C, you realize that the common ratio is constant everywhere, meaning this is our first term, second term, third term. So this will be B over A is equal to, the first ratio is equal to C over B. And when you simplify this, this will be B squared is equal to AC. Hence, our value of B will be the square root of AC. And B is simply the geometric mean. Now, in our case, where you are given 256 and 1024, what is our geometric mean in our case? In our case, this will mean that our A is equal to 256 and our C is equal to 1024. Now, what is our geometric mean? Hence, geometric mean, which is equal to B, is equal to the square root of A and C, which is 256 times 1024. And this is equal to 512, which is our geometric mean. So the second one says find the 11th term. So how then do you find the nth term of a geometric progression? So the formula is the nth term of a geometric progression is equal to A r to the power n minus 1. Now A is our first term, which is equal to 4. R is our common ratio, and our common ratio in our case is T2, because this is T1, first term, second term, third term. And we always know that the second term over the first term is equal to the third term over the second term. It goes on like that. So in our case, we have 8 over 4, which is equal to 16 over 8. And 4 into 8 is 2, 8 into 16 is 2, meaning our common, because it's common everywhere, our common ratio is 2. So in our case, our n here, since we're finding the 11th term, meaning our 11th term is equal to, where there's n, our n is equal to 11. So where there's n, we replace with 11. Is equal to, our first term is 4 times our r, which is 2 to the power 11 minus 1. And this is equal to 4 times 2 to the power 10. And this, find 2 to the power 10, 4 times 2 to the power 10 is 1024. Hence, this is equal to times 4 is equal to 4096. And this is our 11th term. And finally, we go to the last question, which is actually finding the sum of the first 11 terms. So the formula for finding the sum of the first 11 terms is equal to finding the sum of the first n terms. In our case, it's 11 terms, is A 1 minus r to the power n divided by 1 minus r. Now, our A, as we said, our A is equal to 4, which is our first term. Our R, which is our common ratio, which is T2 over T1, which is equal to 8 over 4, which is equal to 2. And our N, in our case, our N is 11 because we're finding the sum of the first 11 terms. Our N is 11. And we replace these in our formula. So the sum of the first 11 terms is equal to A is 4, 1 minus R to the power n, which is 2, to the power n, which is 11, divided by 1 minus R, which is 2. And this will be equal to, simplify it, 1 minus 2 to the power 11 times 4 is negative 8188, divided by 1 minus 2 is negative 1. The negative and negative becomes positive, hence our sum of the first 11 terms is equal to 8188, which is our final answer.